You're on.
Hello, I am Megan, and today I will be showing everybody how to make banana nut bread. There are many ingredients to this, but the simplest recipe that I have found is 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of shortening, and 1 cup of walnut, and 3 bananas mashed, 3 eggs that are beaten, 4 teaspoons of milk, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a little bit of salt. I'm going to show you how to make it by first what you're going to do is you're going to add the eggs that are already beaten. Then you'll add milk. I usually add the stuff that is liquidy first because it makes it a little easier to mix everything. Next you'll add shortening. Maybe. Okay, you'll add shortening. Then you will add the bananas. And the sugar. And of course the baking soda. And the flour. Which that's 3.5 cups of flour. The salt. And I don't usually add the nuts till last because it makes it a little harder. Then you're just going to stir it until you get firm product of the dough. It'll look like that at first. You're going to make a big mess, probably like me if you're like me at all, and you're like mess prone.
Be a lot easier with a blender or a beaters.
Yeah, a blender makes it so much easier, FYI. Especially if you're like not wanting to sit there for an hour in front of an audience, spilling and being shy and scared. You can pause it, because this is going to take.
You're on.
Some alternatives to doing this so it doesn't take so long is a whisk or a blender. I prefer a blender because it doesn't take as long. Have any of you guys made banana nut bread before?
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't, so this is very interesting.
Did you guys have good experiences with it or bad?
If you follow the directions, you'll usually have goodies.
Yes.
That's normally my problem, though.
Not following directions?
Yes.
It's starting to form together now.
It's forming together actually a little better, but it's still not completely mixed. So that's the bad part about having lots of ingredients that aren't very liquidy.
So what setting do you have to have the oven on?
You have to have the setting for the oven on 350, and you need to cook it for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. You need to make sure that whenever you do it, it's golden brown, and if you want it moist, you need to make sure that you pull it out. You let it sit for a little bit, but if you cover it, it makes it a little more moist.
How do you know if it's done?
You'll stick a toothpick through it, and if it comes out clean, it's done. And you want to make sure you hit the center, or else you don't know. If you hit the side, it may be done because it's closer to outside.
Okay.
Okay, so it's formed now, as you can see.
Okay.
It just takes a while. And after that, you'll pour it into a pan like this, which is a loaf pan. For what I did though is I usually put oil in it so that it doesn't stick, so you can just pull it out clean so you can keep the shape of the loaf.
Now, do you need to mix those nuts in, or do you put them on top?
You mix them in, which I usually mix it all afterwards because it sometimes makes it easier. Which I use walnuts, but you can use just about any kind of nut. You can use pecans, peanuts, any nut that really is your favorite. I've also heard that you can put raisins in it and chocolate chips and any variety of different options to make it be good.
I think Roxy wants some.
You'll end up with a really thick dough. Of course, look like that once you have the nuts mixed in. Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to show you how to wrap the pan. So I usually wrap it to make sure. It's not like that. Usually use scissors, but because I don't have any with me right now, I'll use my hands to tear it. I do that, and then I usually coat it with either butter or some kind of oil like canola or olive, which I'll use butter this time. You just spray some in so that you can coat all the sides with it. And then what you'll do is you'll just put it in. You're going to make sure you get a lot of it, because if you don't, you won't have as much. Make sure it's flattened out. That's what it'll look like before you put it in. And whenever you pull it out, it should look something like this. And that's my presentation.